Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Analyst Certification, and we are in Chapter 1 talking about Test Analyst Task in the test process, continuing with 1.2, that is involvement in test activities, and picking up the last topic of this segment, that is 1.2.4, that is test execution. And here we will be talking about what does a test analyst take care of during the execution phase of the test process. As usual, if we talk about the foundation, we know and generally also we understand, not just the certification, that at the execution level, our key responsibilities are to run the test cases either manually or automatically. During that, of course, you will capture the actual result, compare with expected, and check that if your test has passed. If in case it has failed, you do report the defects. You make sure you provide all relevant information to help stakeholders understand about it and help them resolve the defect. But of course, if in case it requires a tester to engage, participate, and help developers, resolve this issue as quick as possible, that could be another major activity. Also, there might be a lot of other things along with that. For example, looking at some of the invalid defects, duplicate defects, what is the amount of retesting and regression testing to be conducted? Because execution is just not about running the test for the first time. Execution is about all sort of execution, no matter it is about repetition, it is about first time, regression, resolving issues, everything happens here itself. And it's not that debugging is a development activity, then it cannot happen in the test process. It somewhere certainly happens in the test process, but done by the developers. So let's not be confused with that. We should be very clear that there might be debugging activities which are developers' activity, which would also happen during test execution itself, and we must be well aware of that. Now, to a little bit more professionally put it across to you, let's go to the syllabus. Of course, we are talking about execution. So execution is carried out according to the test execution schedule, which is certainly prepared during the test implementation phase. And the typical tasks performed by the test analyst are executing test, comparing actual results to expected, analyzing anomalies, reporting defect, and logging the test results. At this point, they have very clearly told you what are the key responsibilities of the test analyst when it comes to the test process. And there should be no confusion hereafter that what should a test analyst be doing during the execution phase. Also to add here, of course, the test analyst executes the test manually, or again, it can be automatic as well. But when it comes to manually, this includes exploratory testing, executing test procedures, regression testing, and confirmation testing. But particularly if you talk about exploratory testing, the test analyst can use session-based testing with the test charter. Now, two things here, of course, what is exploratory testing in detail? We know them from foundation, and here we will again be discussing in the chapter 3. And test charter are the log sheets which we basically use as a part of test sessions to log the details of exploratory testing. So we will again be talking about that in detail in the chapter 3. So just hold on till then. But of course, if you have been through my foundation tutorial, you already know about them. So also to add here, the test analyst can run test automatically, but it may be the task of developer or test automation engineer or a technical test analyst to run the automated test scripts and analyze them in case of failure. So now, again, don't be confused. It's just that they're saying if not test analyst, who else would be someone who will be executing the test? So sometimes the test analyst is only responsible to define these test cases or also make sure that the test cases are prioritized, but can hand over these test cases to automation engineers and they will be running them. Okay, so it's not necessary that a test analyst may particularly get involved in writing automation tests or executing them. So just an option. It's not that test analysts cannot do automation testing, but it just means that there are other people also who might be taking this ownership in your organization. Well, to add further to this, of course, the test analyst analyzes anomalies that occur in manual or automated test execution to establish their likely causes. An anomaly may be the consequence of defect in a test object. Still, other reasons may also exist, including missing precondition, incorrect test data, defect in test script, or the test environment or misunderstanding of the specification. So we just want to make sure that the failures are just not because we have a problem in the system under test. It may be also possible that the test itself is wrong, or maybe executed on a wrong environment with wrong data, with wrong preconditions, and that could be other possible reasons that why you had a failure. Especially when it comes to automation testing, it matters a lot. That's where it is very important for a test analyst to analyze a failure prior to declaring it as a defect. So that conclusion could be very easy to understand that whether the problem is with the SUT or a problem is with the script or the test cases executed. The next thing here to talk about is, of course, the test analyst should log the results of the test execution, communicates defects based on the observed failure, and reports on them if needed. Certainly, the results are being analyzed, and of course, there is a failure, there's a defect, and we look forward to report a defect report for that. So certainly everything has to be logged to help developer understand it, and they can, in the previous topic we told you, they can participate to contribute the developers to help them understand better so that the resolution can be faster. Further to add, of course, here we are talking also about the remaining things. So the TA updates the traceability between the basis and other testware by considering the test results. And this information enables the transformation of the test result to high-level risk or coverage information, which allows the stakeholder to make informed decisions. For example, this clarifies to stakeholder how many test cases related to a test condition have passed or failed. So if you remember, we started doing traceability right from the test implementation phase, or you can even say test design because you created your first work product that is test cases there. So as and when you do a traceability, you are making sure that when these executions happen, it helps me to do the reporting better. So that's where exactly at this point, using these traceability, we will be doing a perfect reporting. But what are we doing new? Of course, the traceability for any other item. For example, you found defects. Now, defect is another testware which you are creating in this phase, so must be linked back to the respective requirement or respective risk or any other thing which might be relevant to that. So traceability continues still here. So at any point you create a new testware, it is very important for you to establish the traceability. The next thing here, of course, in addition to these typical tasks, a test analyst should evaluate the test results, including the following, including recognizing defect clusters. Sometimes you may find a lot of defects in one place compared to the other areas, and that may further determine that we may have to do more testing in that particular area or that particular test object. Also, manually re-executing automated tests that have failed, because sometimes the automation may return you certain unexpected results and may not be easy to conclude. So that's where sometimes you might be required to rerun an automated test manually just to cross-verify that if it is working manually correct or not. If in case that commits the same, then we know that it is confirmed failure. But if in case not, then we know there's something wrong with the automation. Why? Because automation is a tricky thing, team. Okay? Sometimes your steps can be resequenced. You might be calling a variable before the data is published. So the variable will be empty, and because of that, you may get a result error somewhere later. And you might think that the failure happened because the system did not share that data. But the data was there. It's just that your variable was assigned a bit earlier than the data can be generated. So the right step at the right point of time is equally important. Or you can relate it to the wait statements, the synchronization, the visibility of the object. All these matters. So running them manually would also be a typical task, just to cross-verify. Additionally, to add here, of course, suggesting additional tests if you need anything, because it's not that you cannot write test cases again. During execution, if you feel there are some additional test cases required, you can always do that. Identifying new risk from the information obtained when performing test execution. You know that risk analysis is not a one-time activity. On all major milestones, we can consistently keep looking for any new information on known risk or identifying any new risk. Additionally, of course, suggesting improvements to test design or implementation, or even to the system under test. And finally, suggesting improvement to the regression test suite, including refactoring, scope adjustment, and test automation. That means It's just not about doing things, it's also about recommending if there are any additional things to be done at any point of time, because you are in execution, which is your final phase. And if you skip anything, if you miss anything, that's where you lack. So if you think there's anything else we can do to make it better, it is always a good idea. So feel free to suggest, let the team know that what exactly is needed at this point of time to make things better, or have what we need to have at the end of the day. So that is where a test analyst would have a lot of crucial responsibilities to be taken care during the execution. Well, that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.